Some buildings are just bricks and wood. Others remember everything. And Waverly Hills remembers death. High on a wooded hill overlooking Louisville, Kentucky, stands a hulking Gothic shell of what was once a sanatorium. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium. From a distance, it looks abandoned, forgotten, just another decaying relic from America's past. But step inside, and something else greets you. Cold air where there should be warmth. Echoes in places that should be silent. Shadows that seem to move when you're not looking. People say it's haunted, but it's not just the odd creak or whisper. Waverly Hills is different. Here, visitors report full-body apparitions, screams in empty rooms, and phantom footsteps pacing endlessly down dark corridors. Many don't make it past the front door before turning back. But before the legends, before the ghost tours, Waverly Hills was something else entirely. It was a place built for hope, and swallowed by death. In the early 1900s, a silent plague was sweeping across the United States, tuberculosis. Called the White Plague, it infected entire families, wiped out towns, and struck fear into communities like nothing before it. Louisville, Kentucky, with its dense population and swampy terrain, was hit particularly hard. The solution? Isolation. In 1910, a small 2-story sanatorium was built atop Waverly Hill to house the sick. It was basic, wooden, and meant for no more than 40 patients. But within a few years, it was overwhelmed. By 1926, the structure we now know as Waverly Hills was completed, a massive 5-story fortress of concrete and brick. It had room for over 400 patients, with large windows to let in the healing sunlight and covered porches where beds could be wheeled out for fresh air. It was a city unto itself, complete with a post office, a water treatment facility, its own zip code, even a farm. It was also a place of desperation, where the line between medicine and madness often blurred. In an era before antibiotics, treatment for tuberculosis was experimental at best, and horrifying at worst. Patients had their lungs collapsed with balloons. Some had ribs surgically removed to allow their lungs to expand. Others were subjected to ice baths, heliotherapy, and forced rest in freezing temperatures. Hope was scarce, and death was constant. To prevent the remaining patients from seeing the near-daily removal of bodies, a tunnel was built beneath the hospital. Officially, it was a supply tunnel, but among staff, it was known as the Death Tunnel. A sloped corridor stretching over 500 feet, it led from the hospital down the hill to a waiting hearse. Workers used it to transport corpses discreetly, hoping to keep spirits and statistics from plummeting. It didn't help. Some say tens of thousands died at Waverly Hills. Others claim the number is exaggerated. But walk that tunnel, and you'll feel it. The weight of those who never made it out. If there's one place that makes even seasoned ghost hunters uneasy, it's room 502. According to legend, a young nurse working on the 5th floor became pregnant in the 1930s, reportedly by a doctor. Unwed and overwhelmed, she was found hanging from a light fixture in room 502. But the story doesn't end there. A few years later, another nurse, possibly a friend or replacement, leapt to her death from the window of the same room. Since then, room 502 has become the epicenter of paranormal reports. Visitors claim to see a figure pacing inside, even when the room is locked. Others hear whispers, faint, feminine, and sorrowful. One paranormal team reported being physically shoved backward while approaching the door. Another caught an EVP saying, "Don't come in." Whatever happened in room 502, something remains, and it doesn't like visitors. Waverly Hills treated people of all ages, but perhaps the most heartbreaking stories come from the children's ward. Dozens of kids died there, some too young to understand what was happening. Many were separated from their families for months, even years. Nurses became surrogate parents, reading stories and bringing toys in an attempt to ease the fear. Today, investigators say the children never left. One spirit, known as Timmy, is said to haunt the third floor. Visitors often bring him balls to play with. Some report the balls rolling across the floor on their own, even when the building is completely still. Others hear giggles, a child's laugh echoing down the hallway, sometimes followed by tiny footsteps. Is it playful energy trapped in time, or something darker mimicking innocence? Waverly Hills officially shut down in 1961 after antibiotics finally brought tuberculosis under control. But the building didn't rest. It reopened in 1962 as Woodhaven Medical Services, a nursing home for the elderly and mentally ill. But poor conditions, understaffing, and allegations of mistreatment led to its closure in 1982. For nearly 2 decades, the massive structure sat abandoned. Nature crept in. Vandals left graffiti on the walls. Urban explorers crept through the dark, drawn by rumors of ghosts and shadows. In the early 2000s, new owners took over, preserving the site and opening it to the public. Today, it hosts ghost tours, haunted house events, and serious paranormal investigations. Some call it exploitative. Others say it's honoring the past. But all agree. Waverly Hills isn't just a building. It's a memory etched in brick and bone. Waverly Hills has been featured on Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Witness, BuzzFeed Unsolved, and countless YouTube channels. Paranormal teams bring EVP recorders, thermal cameras, and motion sensors. Some capture voices. Others film strange lights. A few claim to have been scratched or pushed. Skeptics argue it's confirmation bias, the power of suggestion, or the building's natural acoustics and decay. But even they agree. There's something unsettling about Waverly Hills. Maybe it's the silence. Maybe it's the knowledge that so many died here. Or maybe it's something else. People who visit Waverly Hills often talk about a feeling. Not fear, exactly. Not sadness. More like being watched. Even in daylight, shadows seem to move. Even in crowds, you feel alone. Many leave convinced they experienced nothing. But then they wake up in the middle of the night, hearing footsteps they can't explain. Dreaming of long, empty corridors. Of something calling to them from the 5th floor. Waverly Hills leaves a mark. Not on your skin, but on your memory. And that, perhaps, is the most haunting thing of all. Thanks for watching this journey through one of the most terrifying and mysterious places in America. If you felt a chill, or found yourself holding your breath through any part of this story, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to Unsolved Mysteries Archive for more deep dives into real-life paranormal cases from around the world. Have you ever visited Waverly Hills? Would you dare walk the death tunnel, alone? Let us know in the comments, because some mysteries refuse to die.